Welcome everyone, this is the 11th episode of my Dragon Age Origins Hardcore 100% playthrough. In this episode I will try to gather some of Cailan's equipment by going back to Ostagar and facing the Darkspawn there. The DLC is a bit challenging, but I think the loot definitely worth the risk. So first I'm gonna take a quick look at my team's statistics, so that you can see our current progression. Also, I noticed that Alistair doesn't have enough strength to equip Cailan's gear, so we're gonna have to take a quick trip to Denerim before we go to Ostagar.
Indeed.
Yes.
So let's pick up the location first. If you decide to tackle these guys like I do, I recommend that you pull yourself and the team away from the ledge. The archers will initially target you since you are the closest to them, and this breaks their line of sight. Otherwise, they can easily wear down your health, especially when you are busy fighting with the warriors. After that, they have to run up the hill to target you again, and at that point we can just use stealth, so they will pick a random target from our party. Here, that warrior somehow got cornered by Leliana and Alistair can't get to him. But I still try my best to disable him or just try to kill him. But it seems like Leliana has the situation under control.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man. You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
I dare say most people think the same of you and me, if not worse.
I fled the battlefield when Loghain betrayed us. I abandoned my men, and they died. And Cailan with them. He was my king, my friend, maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar. No, perhaps not. But I've been given the chance to set things right. If it's the likes of you who sees me to my final hour, perhaps things happen for a reason. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the wardens.
The royal arms chest. It's where Cailan kept his father's sword, the one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with.
More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Cailan and the Orlesians. He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Loghain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Cailan entrusted it to. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now.
Why am I not surprised? Is there someone else we should be bringing back from the brink of death instead?
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please. It's probably still there. I hope not. Would they know how to work the lock, even if they did? The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really deserve a sword through the middle.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Cailan's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Okay, so let's go to Denerim. We need to go to Caesar's shop, because that shop has the item that we need for Alistair to be able to wear Cailan's armor. Let's just hope it's a low tier, that way we don't have to spend that much money.
Of course.
You're back. You need something? Oh, yes.
We're looking for the Barbarian Mace, which gives +1 strength. It's a guaranteed item in the shop, but the tier is always different based on your character level. Luckily, this one is just steel, so we don't have to spend that much money on it. Okay, so let's return to Ostagar.
It to the Darkspawn, they sure know how to make a place feel desolate and foreboding.
Yes.
So let's get the key to the mage's chest from the corpse first. There is an emissary and a bunch of darkspawn around the place where the joining happened, so I pause my team and use stealth to lure the melee guys towards me. If I want to win this fight, I need to separate them from the emissary.
Quick! Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Even though most of the melee guys are dead, I'm still not confident enough to just rush towards him with the team, because he has Fireball, which can really screw us up. So I'm just gonna get close and try to stealth bomb him. Since Alistair leveled up, let's quickly boost his strength so that he can equip Cailan's gear. He also gets combat tactics and taunt. Now that we unlock taunt for him, he can turn into a proper tank. I changed his tactics so that he would taunt the nearest enemy. On the tactics menu, that's enemy, nearest visible, use ability, taunt. I placed this into the second tactic slot, which makes it a priority, so that he can taunt as often as possible. Since Alistair is gonna be a major target now, we really have to make sure that we protect him. Which is why I'm setting up Morrigan to use Force Field on anyone who's below 20% health. For the rest of the party, this is just to save our butts in case we take too much damage. But for Alistair, since Force Field doesn't remove aggro, it's gonna turn him into an invincible enemy magnet.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry, but it's clearly Cailan's. There can be no doubt.
I'm using the Barbarian Mace and the Key to the City to boost his strength so that he could equip Cailan's boots. There is a gift for Alistair here, the Joining Chalice. There is a large group of Darkspawn ahead, so I'm gonna use stealth bombing to weaken them. Okay, that's it for that plan. I got revealed immediately. I'm just gonna run around until stealth recharges. Okay, now I was flushed out by the elite. Let's just summon the team. Once the first group is dead, there is a second one that shows up. This one has less enemies, but there is a two-handed guy who can be very dangerous. Morrigan managed to piss off someone again. Nothing new there.
I'm off. Oh, right.
We got Eric's key, but let's open the mage's chest before we proceed.
Oh, right.
As I said, I'm gonna switch more against staff to this one. It's not the best staff in the game, but it's a pretty substantial upgrade. I also give her this dunce cap, because at least it gives 1 willpower. I will leave my team here, because if I approach Duncan's fire, 2 groups of Darkspawn will appear. A group of wolves in front of me, and a bunch of genlocks led by a Hurlock Alpha behind me. However, if they appear while I'm in stealth, they will cluster together, which will make them a nice target for my bombs.
First one to kill it gets the prize.
Not really getting lucky with these stealth bombings.
And I'm off. Going.
Right.
We got Cailan's shield, so let's equip it on Alistair.
Oh, right.
Judging by these documents, it's a pity we hadn't placed more trust in Orlais and less in the king's own father-in-law.
Blades like that inspire songs that last the ages.
We got the sword. Now I'm gonna get the repeater gloves for Leliana. The repeater gloves are the best item for archers, at least on the PC. They will reduce your aim speed so much that you can still fire with max speed even if aim or defensive fire is on.
Another point for me. And I'm off.
There is a tripwire over there, so I'm just gonna send the bear.
Another point for me. And I'm off.
Let's just equip Merrick's sword on Alistair, because this is gonna be a dangerous section, and we need all the damage we can get. The second the cutscene is over, I group my team and we run back to where we came from. I do this because I don't want to be sandwiched between a group of undead and a group of darkspawn. By running back towards the king's tent, we only have to focus on one direction when we reach it. Also, there's a dangerous mage with the undead who has fireball and paralyze, and I would like to avoid getting hit by both. While my team is fighting, I'm trying to hunt down the mage. The main priority is to interrupt him when he tries to cast fireball.
Yes. Huh.
Forgive us, my king. Once we've flushed the darkspawn from their holes and bought ourselves some time, we'll be back to see you to the Maker.
Lots of darkspawn and lots of traps ahead of us, so we're gonna take this very slow. First, I will try to lure as many enemies as I can towards us. Then I'll take care of the ballistas. There is an elite strategist there who has Crushing Prison and Curse of Mortality, so I need to take down all of the darkspawn before he shows up.
Begin the onslaught.
Right then.
Where do I go? Not bad. Not enough. How amusing.
Now I bring my team closer, but I will make sure that the ballistas can't hit them. I will also have to be careful with the traps on the ground.
Right ahead.
That's a very creative way to fire a ballista. The reason why I use the bow is because getting close to that ballista would trigger the strategist, and I would prefer to kill the genlocks before the guy shows up.
Oops. Tisk tisk. Now this should be fun. If you insist. Too fast for you. Now this should be fun.
Okay, now let's tackle the strategist. I'm gonna flank him while I use my team as bait.
Up there, the Tower of Ishal. Let's do this.
Excellent, we got Cailan's gloves. I'm gonna equip it on Alistair, then I will use Leliana to disarm the traps.
Trap right ahead. On my way. Right away. Oh, right. And I'm off. Going. Huh.
It seems like my inventory is full, so I will go back to the camp and unload my stuff. I think it's also best if I create a hard save there, because the last autosave was quite a while ago, and I really don't want to lose my progress in case we crash.
Huh.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount. Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
It seems like we made so much money from the loot that we can buy Boden's Tome of Physical Techniques. Since I can't get the spider yet, I think the best choice now is to pick up combat movement. This skill is very useful because it widens the angle of our flanking attacks from 120 to 180 degrees. It also increases our maximum flanking attack bonus by 5 and provides a passive 2% melee critical chance. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will create a hard save here and I hope we see each other back in Ostagar again.